Meg.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish filling out a report.
Yeah, I'll bet you did.
You're kidding! No, it's true, can't you tell?
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Wait till I tell the others. Hey, guess who's back? You're never going to guess. You want me to tell you?
Do we have a choice?
Gay Ray. He's back in the kitchen. Isn't that fab?
I knew Irene didn't make these eggs like lead hers are.
Yeah.
Oh, great news, love.
Not that I can eat them, mind. I'm too sick with worry about poor little Angel.
Yeah, well, Bucky said she's going to be all right.
Then why isn't she back with us? There's something funny going on. I can feel it in the water.
Oh, not while I'm eating, Dot.
They reckon Jude's coming back today.
Let's hope she's back to her old self. Kid looks pretty down.
Bloody conscience getting to her.
She hasn't got a bloody conscience. She's probably still got a thick head after what she took last night.
What did she take last night?
How should I know? But she was off her face on something. Probably some of those pills from yesterday.
That's a 5 to 4 uncertainty.
All that trouble setting a free cup, but she's still here large as life and twice as ugly.
Well, what do you expect? The department always looks after its own.
I thought no one was talking to me.
Oh, I'm talking to you. And I hope you're listening. Subject is drugs. You with me?
Just a few bruises and the odd cut, thank goodness. Sister Hall wants to keep her in this morning, though, just to be sure.
And she actually came right out and said Mitchell was responsible?
Oh, yes, we didn't even have to ask. But I don't understand why Mitchell was so vicious, especially when Angela said there was absolutely no reason.
Yes, she's getting to be quite a handful. Well, we'll just have to keep a close watch on them and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Oh, I don't know why, but I always worry about the ones like Angela.
I know what you mean. They're completely out of their depth in a place like this. It's a pity she hasn't got any family to give her some support.
Oh, but there's a grandmother. I checked the files. Well, I was a bit worried.
I'm glad you did. Can we contact her?
I could certainly try, but there's something a little odd.
What?
Well, apparently the grandmother was supposed to appear as a character witness at Angela's trial, but she didn't show up.
I dare say there's some logical explanation. Now, the reports on Joan Ferguson.
Oh, yes. Here they are. And you'll be needing this list from the department.
Oh, hell.
What is it?
I've been on at the department for months to appoint a general handyman and gardener.
Yeah.
Then last week they finally agreed and it completely slipped my mind because of the Waltz Marathon. This is the short list of the applicants.
Good heavens, how many applied in the first place?
God only knows. It's going to take me forever to interview this lot.
Oh, well, perhaps Meg could give you a hand.
Meg will be away for a few days, Joyce. She hasn't had a break since before the strike and she needs a rest, so I told her to take a holiday.
Oh, lucky Meg.
Yes.
And I bet Rabbit's conning tasty titbits off Raymond for morning tea. It's not bloody fair. Here's me with rheumatics and pneumatics and...
How about neurotics?
Oh, you watch your mouth. I know what I've got and I'm not fit to work.
Well, why don't you make a bloody recording out of
Bobby,
it?
I am not going to tell you again.
All right, I heard you. Oh, damn, this dry doesn't bloody work.
Hey, Mara, I reckon you ought to let Bobby have her say. After all, there won't be no one for her to talk to when Angel spills her...
Shut your gob, Lou.
Yeah, keep quiet, Lou. She won't lag. She knows the rules.
Something wrong, ladies?
Oh, dryer out of action, Mrs. Barry.
Oh, dear. Well, I'll report it and we'll get someone.
Oh, yeah, if we don't get electrocuted first, like poor Pixie. This place stinks. Everything's older than bloody Dot.
Oh, watch your mouth.
No one's that old. Oh, sorry, Dot. But I can remember when they were installed.
Yeah, well, they've all been overhauled and they're still breaking down.
Well, hopefully we won't have to put up with these problems much longer because Mrs. Reynolds is hiring a handyman to fix all the little problems.
Good, it's about bloody time.
They haven't picked anyone yet, have they? I mean, I saw the papers when this lot was dancing. It said apply Monday.
Well, Mrs. Reynolds is interviewing people today. Now, even without the dryer, I'm sure you can find plenty of work to do. Now, get on with it.
A handyman, eh? This place is looking up, eh?
For once, I'd say you're right.
Heather, I was hoping to catch you before you...
Oh, hi, Mrs. Reynolds. Have you seen Meg's face? She tripped over on the footpath. You know, I reckon they should ban high heels. I've nearly broken my leg 3 times.
Meg, I thought I told you to take a few days' rest. I don't need a rest.
Excuse me, Mrs. Reynolds, but I have to leave now.
What?
You said you wanted to see me.
Oh, yes, I've been talking to Mrs. Davidson. She thinks that Winter might be lying to implicate you.
Oh, terrific. What about the drugs?
Well, you've got 2 days before you face the board to answer charges.
And Miss Ferguson?
Let's just say she'll have a hard time talking her way out of this one.
Well, I better go and get some sleep. I'll see you later.
Bye. What on earth are you doing here?
I'm perfectly all right. Just don't fuss.
Don't fuss! Meg, last night you were completely distraught. Now you're acting as though nothing had happened.
Last night, I overreacted, that's all. And I'm a grown woman, and apart from my face, there is nothing wrong with me.
Meg!
I am lucky to be alive. Now, just let's leave it at that. I better get on with my work.
What are you trying to do?
I am trying to do my job.
No, you're not. Look, I can understand you trying to block out the whole thing.
For God's sake, Anne! You're sounding as though I'm ready for some sort of padded cell. It isn't that important.
Well, if that's the case, and if that's what you really feel, there's no reason not to call the police, is there?
Now, just drop it, Anne. It's over, and that's the way I want it to stay. You reckon Fran and I can find out what they've got going? You figure the freak will keep her promise?
She needs us as much as we need her. She doesn't want Red running things.
Yeah, but how do you reckon we're going to get stuff in? She won't bring it for us.
She won't have to. The prison's getting a new handyman. You heard me talk about Nev? Nev Sloan?
That bloke who was racing you off before you last bust.
That's him. I got him to apply. I reckon he's a suit for the job.
Oh, he can bring in the drugs and stuff for us.
Geez, you're quick, Al.
Here comes Mother Keane, looking like she just sat on a red-hot poker.
Don't be nasty, Fran. She's my bonus. Present from the freak.
This one's taken. Perhaps Madame would care for a higher class seat. Maybe we should take her to the throne room.
Yeah, I've even got a porcelain bowl where you can wash your face.
Excuse me.
Stuck up and antisocial, eh?
Okay, Lou. Kindergarten is out for the day. Try that again. On me.
What's going on?
Mucking around, Miss Ferguson.
Gee. Hi, Bobby.
She tripped me and then pushed me over. She won't leave me alone.
Well, we can't have bullying, can we? You're on a charge, Kelly.
Some bonus.
Shut up.
Have you been, Jude? I've been worrying about you.
Oh, I've been fine, lying in bed all day, breakfast in bed and everything. Oh, Mitchell, the governor wants to see you after lunch.
Me?
Yeah. Well, you're the one who bashed Adams, aren't you? At least that's what she's telling everybody. The way she's telling it, you'll get another 6 months. Okay, Bobby, what the hell's been happening?
Geez, you, Mr. Ray. You reckon you're back for good this time?
Well, I'm on a month's probation, but I don't think I'll be leaving. Not unless Mrs. O'Regan decides she's had enough of married life.
Yeah, well, I hope she doesn't. She's a rotten cook. We missed you something awful, Ray.
Missed you too. And Bobby, how is she?
Oh, we've been fighting all over a stupid toy. It's pretty dumb, but now I don't know how to say I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. A little bribery and corruption is called for. Trust your Uncle Rabies. Ta-dam!
What's this?
A gift for Bobby. From you, not me. That's a cake for Mrs. Reynolds' afternoon tea, but I'll whip up something else.
A cake? Jeez, Ray, I don't know what to say.
How about crumbs?
So we've charged him over the bomb scare. I should put him out of action for a while.
But you say he still refuses to admit to the threatening letters.
No, we'll break him down. The moment he's got some story about hitchhiking down from Queensland. It's not much of an alibi, but we have to check it out.